Hey everybody, what's up? Here's another shitty phone video for you. I mean, it's not as terrible as most people's phone videos, I mean, I hold it horizontally at least, so there's that. But yeah, for some reason these always get more views than when I actually like write a script or something, and I try to like flesh out my thoughts more. I don't know, I think it's because I show my face and people maybe are more likely to click. But yeah, I just want to talk to you about this whole Kraut and T going after Rage After Storm's employer and essentially attacking her income. Now, I think some other people, Twitter's been a fucking hellstorm over this, so, I mean, I don't tend to use Twitter that much. I'll use it sporadically once in a while, but I think it's well understood why this was a terrible thing to do. But in case you're confused, by the way, if you don't know about Rage After Storm and her race realism video, you can go update yourself somewhere else. I'm not going to cover it. I made a video a couple weeks ago actually talking about it. So if you need an update, if you're just coming into this, yeah, who the fuck is this? Who the fuck are these people? But no, going after someone's income. I mean, well, first of all, that makes Kraut look like a fucking idiot. It does. There's no way around it. Like, it makes Kraut, if you do watch this, and I've never spoken to you, so I don't know you personally, Kraut. But if you do see this, you look like a fucking asshole right now. 'Cause first of all, it undermines your any kind of argument you would lay out against her in her video, if that was your motivation, if that was his motivation. For contacting her employer. And he did take the tweet down, and I'd be very surprised if he doesn't. I would be very disappointed if he just tries to brush this under the rug and act like people aren't going to forget about this. So maybe he feels bad. I don't know. But look, going after someone's employer, that's a shitty thing to do for a couple reasons. Number one, makes you look stupid, like I said. It undermines any credibility you have in social/political discourse. Because whenever you lose a debate, people aren't going to want to engage with you in the future in any such way, because they're just going to assume that, well, if I piss this guy off enough, he's going to go after my income. He's going to try to attack me on a personal level. And honestly, in my opinion, like, trying to get someone fired, that's one of the worst fucking things you can do. Because number two, you don't fucking know everyone's personal life. You don't know everyone's situation. Maybe she has an orphan, 6-year-old niece or something. Her parents died in a fire or something like that. And, she's not going to eat if Rage After Storm doesn't get her paycheck. And I have heard that it was more of like an internship or something like that. That's completely fucking irrelevant. That's totally fucking irrelevant, first of all. Because this is the principle here, right? Like, this is the principle of not letting disagreements escalate to the point of just fucking borderline savage behavior. That's probably a bit of an overstatement, but yeah, because the risk of collateral damage is so fucking great. You don't know who's relying on her money. You don't know what she's paying for. Maybe she has like ear cancer or something, and she needs to fucking make those chemotherapy payments. I could keep going. The point is, you are fucking up somebody's life so severely, so fucking unfairly. For what? For fucking what? For saying something on the fucking internet that you didn't like. I see shit all the time on the internet that I don't like. I never tried. You can't go after people's employers. Period. Full stop. Like, that's just to me, that's one of the things. Like, I'm a pretty easygoing person. I'll be friends with assholes I'm friends with lots of assholes on the internet, I have a general rule that if you treat me well enough, you might have some problems with other people, but, I'm not going to hold it against you. But there are some things where if I see you doing this, then I'm not really even remotely interested in engaging with you unless I see some serious self-reflection. And this is one of them. Because you don't know what kind of collateral damage you could be doing. You don't know what you could, who else you could be fucking over with this. So, we're really, on this whole internet thing, I'm seeing more and more, like, the skeptics or whatever, the classically liberal crowd, Sam Harris people, They keep accusing everyone else of being SJWs. You're a right-wing SJW if you take the topic of identity seriously. You're a right-wing SJW. Yada yada yada. It's like, first of all, you're making lazy arguments. Like SJW is becoming the new like evangelical Christian. It's just an insult that people on like the classical liberal side throw at people when they don't like what they have to say. It's like a religion. It's classical liberal. I mean, I know I've said that before, but I try not to use it that often because it's a cliche thing. It's a low hanging fruit. It's a low hanging fruit method of criticizing people's ideas, and SJW for a lot of people, like, that's their only frame of reference. I'm seeing that a lot with the skeptic community. Not any one particular YouTuber, even. But especially people in like the viewers, the comment section, people in the comment section, and they accuse everyone else, right wing SJW, real SJWs, shit like that, and I swear sometimes it's just like, you people are just fucking projecting, aren't you? Like you actually don't really dislike the whole. You don't actually mind, if the real scary racist people. If they actually get what's coming to them. You just get mad when it's you who's got, the cross on their heads. That's what your problem is. It's not, it's not the tactics, it's the target, isn't it? It's a good video title. No bad tactics, am I right? And I'm so fucking, like, that's not what I started arguing with as social justice. That's not why I started arguing against social justice. My first impulse. It's not because I just wanted to see it perpetuated. No, because there are some tactics that are fucking off the books. Like, don't fucking do it. It's like, I don't care if they do it to you. Who gives a shit? It's not right. It's not fair. It's not a smart idea. And it's not good for you either, because it just makes you look like a cunt. And Kraut looks like a cunt right now. He has a big old fucking nest of eggs on his face. It makes you intellectually weaker. It does. It makes you, much less reliant on things like reason and evidence. Using logic to think your way through an issue. Because if you just rely on going after people on a personal level, and I'm not even just, personal attacks too, insulting their family and their upbringing or whatever. But this kind of thing goes beyond personal attacks. It's really fucking shitty. Like, I try not to get on like a moral high horse in an everyday life, but I've got nothing else to say about this. In fact, this is going to be a pretty short video because I've kind of said all I wanted to say. This is a shitty thing to do, going after people's employers like this. I have one more thing to say. Again, I don't know Kraut personally, so take this with a grain of salt. This is like the third time I've seen him do something really fucking emotional like this. The first time was the Devin Tracy thing, which that I'm kind of more on the fence on. Doxing is not cool. It's not the greatest moral sin in the universe. That's, some people laid it out to be under most circumstances. If you don't want your identity revealed on the internet, honestly, then don't comment on shit. Just don't engage. Observe all you want, just don't engage. Because, some fuckers on poll found out who that Antifa guy is with the bike lock. Found out his identity and everything just based on like the slits in his eyes from his mask. That kind of autism out there. You don't know if you're going to end up under that particular Eye of Sauron level of autism. So either you just fucking ignore shit, or not ignore, or you don't engage at all and you just observe. Or you do what I do and just fucking throw yourself into it. Hey, I'm James Clower. I live in New York. There you go. You just embrace the fact that even if you only have like 10 people who regularly view what you say and do, you are effectively a public figure. You're really not that different from like a celebrity. On a smaller scale, absolutely, but you are a public figure of some extent, which means that certain things about privacy are just not really going to get extended to you. I just think that's what you have to deal with. So yeah, there was the Devin Tracy thing. That's my little quick spiel about doxing. There's a Devin Tracy thing. There was the Edgy Sphinx showdown, who he just like attacked really baseless hit piece. Insinuated things like some dude asked Edgy Spanks a question on like a subreddit somewhere. I think it was the alt-right subreddit. Edgy did like an AMA, and I commented on that AMA actually. And someone asked Edgy a question about the Jews, and Edgy didn't really have a great answer. He was just like, I don't know, or something like that. And he joked about how he had infiltrated, even used scare quotes, and Kraut went full autism, and just could not fucking understand that infiltrate was clearly like a joke. He wasn't being serious, he was being facetious. So there's that. And now there's this going after Rage After Storm's employer thing. So I don't like to make personal attacks, or like I try not to single out other YouTubers, because I just fucking find the drama shit usually petty for the most part. But honestly, like, unless Kraut shows some like serious self-reflection, I'm really not keen on recommending his channel to anyone, even if there's a lot of things I agree with about him. You know, things like the Enlightenment and Islam and all that. Things I agree with him quite strongly on. Because he clearly has a serious problem with having respectful discourse with people, rather than just getting on a fucking moral high horse and just behaving as if he's better than someone else, and using that, I would presume, as a justification to go after their fucking income. That's about all I have to say on this whole subject. I think it's shitty. I have some sympathy for Rage After Storm for this. Hope she figures it out. You know, hope she can get... I don't know if this set her back a while ago. I'm not sure if she actually did get fired. But she does have my sympathy now. She has more sympathy over this than the whole race realism video. So yeah, that's all I got, guys. Peace out.